powers of alchemy. The powers of alchemy.
right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. All right, good evening. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. You know what I mean? I know I did. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But for right now, I just want to welcome you to View from the Man Cave. So, welcome. Welcome to View from the Man Cave, a place for honest, intellectual, and informative dialogue and discourse about all things related to masculinity and manhood, responsibility and respect, provision and protection. So let's talk about it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. All right, y'all. It's another Tuesday, man. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We in the building. I want to thank everybody for coming through. I want to thank everybody for watching, listening in on on Facebook Live, and on YouTube. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, man. This channel has grown leaps and bounds within the last year. And I owe all of that to you guys coming through, supporting, liking, following, subscribing, all that good stuff, sharing it. So I'm very appreciative of that. I had a great weekend this past weekend. I was in Puerto Rico. I was in Culebra, Puerto Rico with my wife, my beautiful wife of almost 15 years. We were celebrating her birthday. You know what I mean? Not going to tell you how old she is. That ain't none of y'all business. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to, celebrate my wife and just to let her know publicly, on this show live for everybody. I just want to say happy birthday. Her birthday was this past Sunday on the 25th. Shout out to her. Shout out to all the Tauruses out there, all those bulls. You know what I mean? Y'all are a rare breed. You know what I mean? But, I just want to say that I love my wife. And I want to say happy birthday to her live and direct, on the Man Cave. We had a great time out there in Puerto Rico. There was no kids this time, so you know what happened. You know what I mean? But we had a great time, man. Just spending time with one another, celebrating her birthday, bringing it in right and exact. So I just want to say, live, for everybody to hear it. You already know how I feel, but if the people didn't, I just want to say I love you. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. I respect you. And I just want to say happy birthday. Happy birthday to my beautiful wife, Rasha Rivers, in the building. Absolutely. Had a great time out there, man. Culebra. If you go to Puerto Rico, man, there's Culebra is an island, right off Puerto Rico. It's considered Puerto Rico, but it's a different island. So we had to fly into San Juan, and then we took a flight from San Juan over to Culebra. We had a great time. It was a very small island. We could go from one end of the island to the other end of the island in probably 20 minutes. We rented a golf cart to ride around. That's how small it is. You know what I mean? All of the rental cars were kind of sold out, and some of the things that they had left were a little expensive. But, they said, hey, look, you can get a golf cart, man. A lot of people over here ride golf carts. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It's a very small island. You could get from A to B in a golf cart in no time. So we did that. So we were riding around in a golf cart. You know what I mean? I was whipping that all, the whole time we were there. But we had a beautiful villa. We stayed in a beautiful home. I want to shout out the owner of the property for allowing us to come out there and stay for a few days. We had a great time. It was good eats. All the food was on point. The beaches were on point. Flamenco Beach is one of the top 10 rated best beaches on the planet. I think it was number 8. You know what I mean? At the latest rankings of beaches on the planet. So Culebra, Flamenco Beach, number 8 beach on the world, in the world, on Earth. You know what I mean? And it did not disappoint. Beautiful beach, nice sand, nice, clear water. Had a great time. Great time. So it was a blessing to be able to spend time with my wife alone and celebrate her birthday. So again, salute to her. Happy birthday. I love you. So even though I had some good news, celebrating my wife's birthday, I had some bad news in my family as well. One of my cousins, Naima, passed away. You know what I mean? She passed away. She was one of my cousins from Baltimore, Maryland. She was a little younger than me. But my grandmother's sister, my great aunt Betty, she moved to Baltimore from Raleigh, North Carolina, in I want to say maybe the 40s or the 50s. And she set up shop up there in Baltimore. So all of her kids and grandkids and great grandkids, are in Baltimore. Some of them are in New Jersey. Shout out to my family in New Jersey. Shout out to Nyla and Tamir, my cousins out there in New Jersey. But my cousin Naima passed away, and it hit me hard. She was young, a beautiful sister. One of the best, one of the best to ever come out of Baltimore. I love her. I miss her. Her funeral was yesterday. I didn't have a chance to go to it because my wife and I, we were flying back from Puerto Rico, so I missed the funeral. But I'm gonna go up there probably about it, between tomorrow and the end of the week to just see my family. Spend some time with them. Get my program. I know they held me a copy of the program, so I want that. And so I just want to say to my cousin Naima, I love you and I miss you. Absolutely. So on that note, man. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about privacy and secrecy. I've had this room. I hosted this room on Clubhouse. With the same title, with the same topic, and it was a very good room. We had fun in there. Myself, Sasha, Gabe, Nicole, Lillian, the whole family. Letitia, I think, was over there. So we had fun doing this room, about privacy and secrecy in relationships. So for the supporters of the channel, for those who don't have Clubhouse, I just wanted to, just to bring it over here. So a lot of the things that we do in Clubhouse, that I do in Clubhouse, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it over here on the channel for the folks, who don't have Clubhouse, who don't hop over there, who don't have an iPhone or whatever, or access to it. So I'm going to do it over here. So we're going to talk about it. Privacy and secrecy. It's a very important topic. A lot of times in relationships, you have to set boundaries for yourself. And a lot of times, we don't know how to do that, and we go about doing it the wrong way. And so, we don't really know the difference a lot of times, between privacy and secrecy. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to get into it. We're going to break it down, the differences between the two, which one is good, which one is bad, obviously, and we're just going to rock out. We're just going to have a conversation, man, with the family. So in your relationship, you want to find a balance. You want to balance yourself, and you want to make sure that, you're doing everything that you possibly can, to make sure that relationship is fruitful and that is prosperous and that is moving the way that it's supposed to move. And a lot of times when we get in relationships, we have private things. We have secrets, that we keep. We have things that we want to keep private, and that's okay to a certain degree. But you don't want to lose yourself. You don't want to keep secrets in a relationship because secrets are dangerous. And a secret is something that you purposely keep hidden. You don't want anybody to know about it. And a lot of times when you keep secrets, it's because of two things. You're either afraid, or you're ashamed of it. You're afraid of it getting out because you're afraid of how people may look at you, how people may see you, how people may judge you, or you're ashamed by it. Or you feel in your heart that it was wrong, that it's something that you shouldn't have done, that it can cause some hurt, some pain, and some trauma to, your relationship and to the one that you claim to love. And so, and you're ashamed by it. You just know it was a bad move. So those two things kind of drive, they drive secrets. And so you really don't want to have too many secrets in your relationship. You want, every relationship should have a degree of privacy in it. Privacy is a right. Secrecy is not. So privacy, you have a right to privacy. You have a right to live your life, to do things that you like to do, even within, the four walls of a relationship, even within the comfort of a relationship. If you don't have privacy, if you're not able to do things that you want to do that bring you joy and fulfillment, you run the risk of losing yourself in that relationship. You run the risk of becoming somebody that you don't want to be, in the attempt to appease someone, in the attempt to appease, your loved one, to make them happy. And of course, we all want to do that. We all want to see our wives and, our girlfriends and our husbands and boyfriends and things like that. Of course, we want them to be happy. That's very important. Who doesn't want to be happy? But at the same time, you can't lose yourself in order to, maintain a certain level of happiness, because it's not authentic, and eventually it's going to crash. Eventually, it's going to burn, and it's going to cause some static and some drama and some trauma in your relationship. You know what I mean? So, but you have a right to privacy. You know what I mean? There's certain things that are for you, you know what I mean? And they're not for anybody else, even within a relationship, even within a marriage. You know, privacy looks like this. You know, as a man, you have a life. You had a life outside of your relationship. You had a life obviously before you met. You know what I mean? Before you met your wife or your girlfriend or your fiance or whatever, you had a life outside of that. So it's okay for you to maintain that in a certain regard. You know what I mean? It's okay for you to hang out with the fellas. It's okay for you to have friends, you know what I mean, that may not be married, that may not be in a relationship, that may have different views, you know what I mean, different viewpoints. It's okay for you to have a life outside of your relationship. It's okay for you to have hobbies and things that you like to do outside of your relationship. It actually makes your relationship better. It makes your relationship more spicy, you know, more vibrant. You know what I mean? Because if, you know, a lot of times when you don't have privacy and you don't feel comfortable with doing things that you want to do, you know what I mean, things that you like and you like, you know, a lot of times you have situations where couples will end up having that energy, having like a brother sister energy. You know what I mean? There's no love, there's no spice to it, there's no flavor to it. It's just we know each other, we're cool, you know, we do what we do, but it's more of a brother sister relationship than it is, you know, a boyfriend girlfriend or a husband wife type relationship. You know, you run the risk of that when you don't, you know, do things that you like doing. You know what I mean? Because those things add flavor. Those things add, you know, I want to be different. You know what I mean? I want to do things that I like doing, and that's going to help me become a better man. That's going to help me become a better husband. That's going to help my relationship. You know, me growing and developing on my own. You're going to do that on your own from time to time. You know what I mean? And then you bring that growth and that development into your relationship because it makes you better. You expand, you grow, you evolve, and it's okay to do that outside of your relationship. It's okay to have things that you like to do outside of that. You know what I mean? I do it all the time. You know what I mean? Let me see. I got my family here. You know, the missus, of course, happy birthday again to my missus who celebrated her birthday on Sunday. My sisters are here, Shantina, Sasha, of course, my man Chris. Appreciate y'all. So I do it religiously. You know what I mean? I have my own time. You know what I mean? I spend time by myself. I spend time reading books. I spend time with the fellas, you know, every Thursday or every other Thursday, you know, depending on what I got going on. We have homie night. We have cigar night where we get together, you know, we blow a cigar 2 or 3. You know what I mean? We have some, you know, we have some sip, we have some cognac, whatever we on that night. And we just talk about man stuff. And that's perfectly okay. You need time outside of your relationship. It's going to make you miss your relationship. It's going to make you appreciate your relationship more. Excuse me. So it's okay. It's okay to be private. It's okay to have private things. Privacy is like, you know, you doing things on your own, but it's not secretive. Like people know what's going on, even if they're not there. Like privacy is like, look, you know, like when I go to the bathroom, you know what I mean? I close the door when I go to the bathroom, obviously. Now, the people around me, my wife or whatever, I say, yo, I'll be right back. I got to go to the bathroom. She knows that, you know, even though I'm doing it in a private way, the door's shut, you know what I mean? I'm doing my thing. I'm locked. It's locked so the kids don't run up in there. You know what I'm saying? It's private, but she knows what's going on. Like she knows what I'm on when I go to the bathroom. Ain't but really a couple things you could do up in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's private, but it's not secretive. And so, like I said, you know, privacy is very good. You have a certain degree of privacy that you should always have. It's okay to keep, like, for example, another example, like your diary or whatever. That's private. You know what I mean? If my wife, she doesn't have one, but if she had a diary, that's private. You know what I mean? Like, even though we're in a relationship, that's not secretive. I know she has it. I know she writes in it. I know she's obviously, hopefully she will be honest with herself when she writes in her own diary, her own journal, but that's private. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go up in there. You know what I mean? Her phone is private. Her email is private. I mean, that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's not something that I need access to. You know what I mean? I don't need to look at it. I don't need to go through it and all that. Like this, when you get to a point where, like, when you have privacy in a relationship, privacy is symbolic and it's emblematical of trust. You know what I mean? When you're comfortable with somebody having private aspects to themselves, that means you trust them. You know what I mean? So fellas, ladies, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you can't have any type of privacy, you can't go to the bathroom by yourself. You know what I mean? Every time you're on your phone, they're like, who is that? You know, who you talking to? You know, whatever. If you're doing that, you know what I mean? That's a sign that this person doesn't trust you, period. You know what I mean? And, you know, for whatever reason, maybe you did something, maybe you didn't. Maybe that's just what they on. And if they are on that, they're wrong for it. But privacy is a right. You have a right to privacy. You know what I mean? Whatever you like doing. You know what I mean? You know, secrets are different because a secret is something that you keep hidden. You know what I mean? When you're private, you're not hiding it. I'm not hiding the fact that obviously I got a phone. You see my phone right here. Obviously, you know, I have a diary or whatever I'm on. You know that I have it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not hiding it from you, but the information that I put up in there is private. Another thing that's private too that people get caught up in relationships. I don't know why, because it don't really matter at all. But this whole body count conversation, you know what I mean? The body count listen, body counts are private. That's not secretive. You know what I mean? Listen, you know, most of us when we get into a relationship, you know, we're not coming into that relationship as a virgin. I know what we're supposed to do. I know what, you know, some of these holy books say. It's not happening right now. It ain't popping. People out here getting it. You know what I mean? People out here smacking cheeks and letting cheeks clap. You know what I mean? Like that's what's going on out here. So we're not getting into these relationships, you know, abstinent, you know, or celibate or whatever, where we haven't had sex, where we're virgins. That's not what's really going on out here. You know what I mean? What's going on out here is that people are getting it in. And so what somebody does in their past, you know, in their past relationships, that's private. Like that's not even being secretive. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter to me. Like when I met my wife, for example, whatever she did before me, that's private. That's not secretive. You know what I mean? The only time I'm gonna get into what secretive is, but that's not, I don't need to know that. That's information that I don't need to know and I don't care about. It was before me. You know what I mean? So you see these brothers up here talking about your body count or how many people you've been with. I mean, you know, you do what you need to do. You're a grown woman. You can tell them whatever you want to tell them. You know what I mean? You can lie. You could tell the truth. You know what I mean? Even though a lot of us brothers, if we heard the truth, we couldn't handle it anyway. But, you know, you do whatever you need to do when a brother asks you that. But at the end of the day, your body count, what you've done, you know, in another relationship, that's private. And there's nothing wrong with being private. Like I said before, we all have a right to privacy. There's certain things that we don't need to tell anybody. There's certain things that we don't have to tell anybody. Because at the end of the day, telling you isn't going to mean anything one way or another. That's what privacy is. Now, secrecy is completely different. Like we said before, like we just alluded to before, secrecy is about you know, hiding something. You know what I mean? Because you're ashamed of it. And you fear that if it's exposed, that if it comes out, that it's going to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? It's going to hurt your relationship. And so there are certain things that some people have been keeping private that they really shouldn't. You know what I mean? You know, because it can affect somebody else. It can affect your partner. If it can affect your partner in a negative way, if it can bring some type of pain, trauma to them, then you need to tell that. You know, you withholding information like that. That's you keeping a secret. You know what I mean? That's you being secretive, and being secretive is a no-go. I see you, Natalie. What's going on? Secrets ruin relationships. You know what I mean? Personal, professional, you know, relationship-wise, whatever. Secrets will ruin a relationship because there's only so long that you can keep a secret. Eventually, that secret is going to come out. You know what I mean? You can't keep it forever. It's going to take too much time, too much energy for you to try to keep the secret going. It's only a matter of time for you to get exposed. And when you get exposed, it's going to hurt. The longer you hold on to that secret, the harder it's going to hurt the person that you love when it comes out. Straight up and down. You know what I mean? There's no way around it. Here's a secret. You know, like I said, you having a journal or something that you write in a diary, that's private. You have a right to that. Okay. If you out here dating females and you on the sex offender registry, that's not private. That's a secret. You know what I mean? You need to tell her that. You know what I mean? Especially, when I'm not saying first date, you need to say that, but somewhere early on in that relationship, man, you need to speak up. You need to open your mouth and tell the truth. You out here, you got charges. You out here on somebody's sex offender registry, whatever. That's a secret. The person you with has a right to know. You know what I mean? If you out here and your credit is shot, that's not privacy for you to say, I ain't telling nobody that I'm not telling my girl that my credit is shot. That's you keeping a secret, because that's you doing damage to your relationship. At a certain point, if y'all are serious, you talking marriage or whatever, you talking engagements and stuff like that, that will hurt your relationship. If you out here and your credit is trash, eventually y'all are going to want to buy a house. Y'all are going to want to, buy different things or whatever. And it will behoove you to have good credit. You know what I mean? And if you don't have good credit and you don't tell her, that's you keeping a secret. Because at the end of the day, eventually it's going to come out and it's going to hurt her that you didn't tell her, because you knew your credit was trash. You know what I mean? Everybody with bad credit know their credit is bad. It's not a shop. You don't go to the car dealership and try to get you a whip and they come back and say, well, according to this, your credit score is 15. Like, you knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew it was trash from jump. You might not have known it was that bad, but you knew it was bad. You know you ain't pay your bills. You know what I mean? You know you got stuff on your credit report. So withholding information like that, that's a secret. And secrets are wrong. Like I said, man, secrets destroy relationships. Look, if you know that your partner finding out about something will hurt them, you need to tell them. You know what I'm saying? If you are addicted to porn, that's not privacy. That's a secret. You know what I'm saying? Because depending on who you with in your relationship, depending on what type of arrangement y'all have, that could hurt your partner. Because, if you're addicted to it like that, you're going to incorporate it into your relationship. You know what I mean? And your partner's going to is going to be out here trying to figure out what's going on, what happened. You know what I mean? Why is he doing this? Why she want to do this all the time, whatever. And so it's going to hurt them that they didn't know. You know what I mean? So tell the truth, man. Be honest. Another secret. Let me think. Yeah, man. If you out here, you have a criminal record. A lot of y'all in relationships, and you telling your girl lies, man. You telling your girl, look, I can't get a job. The man holding me back. You know what I mean? I've been applying. I've been going on these interviews all the time, and and I can't get no work. You know what I mean? I just can't get it. I don't know what's going on. It's white supremacy out here, and that ain't really the truth. The truth is, at the end of the day, you have a criminal record. You got stuff on your record that you can't get expunged, or that you haven't expunged yet, and it's preventing you from getting a job. It's preventing you from making the money that you want to make. And and you not telling her that, and you lying and front like it's something else, that's you keeping secrets. The crazy thing about secrets is 9 times out of 10, they're going to always come out. You know what I mean? They're going to always come out, and it's going to cause a problem. It's going to cause a rift. So tell the truth. At the end of the day, if you can't be somebody who's really down for you, who really loves you, they love you because they know about you and they still accept you. That's what love is. Love is knowing who you are, the type of person you are when nobody's looking, and they still accept you and appreciate you and respect you for it. That's what love is. If you ain't told that woman your secrets, things that you're hiding, if you ain't told that woman your secrets, she don't love you. She can't love you because she doesn't know you. You know what I mean? You can't love anybody you don't know. You can like them. You can have a certain level of respect for them. You can't love them. If you don't know who they are truly, then they can't love you. You know what I mean? And these relationships are ending a lot of times. And, it wasn't even really a relationship because they didn't know you, because you felt the need to keep secrets. Secrets ruin relationships. Like I said, privacy is dope. You need privacy. Privacy is important. Privacy is a right. You have a right to that. You know what I mean? Go to the gym on your own time. You know what I mean? Get some weight up. You know what I mean? Have fun. Whatever hobbies you're into, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You have a right to privacy. You have a right to pursue those things. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, those things are harmless in a relationship. They actually make your relationship better because they're making you better. You know what I mean? But secrets, man, I'm telling you, if you got stuff going on, you need to tell the truth. Because eventually, like, it's only so long you can hide, man. It's only so long you can hide because eventually that stuff is going to come out. You know what I mean? It's going to erode, man. It's going to erode trust. You know what I mean? It's going to secrecy undermines relationships, all of that, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, privacy enhances relationships. When you're private, you know, when you do things on your own, it makes you better. You know what I mean? A lack of privacy, it makes you uncomfortable in a relationship. You don't even know how to move because so much of you is wrapped up in your partner. You don't even know who you are anymore. You know what I mean? That's why privacy is important because it helps you to always remember who you are. You know what I mean? What you like, what your goals are, what your dreams and aspirations are. You know what I mean? It's important, man. Privacy establishes healthy boundaries. You know what I mean? Your diary is private. That's a healthy boundary. You know what I mean? Your phone is private. That's a healthy boundary. You know what I mean? That's how I move. If I'm in the crib and my wife's phone right beside me, she went to the bathroom, she in the kitchen, you know, making a drink, you know, cooking or something. You know what I mean? A phone ring, I'm not even touching that. She get to it when she get back. You know what I mean? I have no desire to go through that. It's not mine. You know what I'm saying? It's her phone. You know what I mean? I'm of the belief that, hey, you know, whatever happens is going to come out regardless. You know what I mean? I understand how the universe works. And if something's going on, it's going to come out. Period. So I don't have to go through anybody's phone. You don't have to go through anybody's phone. You don't have to go through the emails. You don't have to, you know, every time they got something going on, you always want to be there. You know what I mean? He hanging out with the fellas and you calling them all night. You know what I mean? I said no go. You know what I mean? But secrets, I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all from experience, man. Like, don't keep them. Don't. There's certain things that your partner needs to know. You know what I mean? Like I said, what I did before in my previous life, before I met my wife or whatever, that's, you know, with relationships I was in, that's private. That was between me, whoever that woman was, whenever we were together. That's it. Now, if it's a situation where it's bringing some drama and some trauma and some confusion to my new relationship, you know what I mean? If like right now, straight up, if I'm outside, you know, I'm shopping, I'm doing my thing, and I ran into, you know, an old flame. You know what I'm saying? I ran into an old flame. I got a choice right there. If it's something just casual, hey, what's up? What's going on? You know, obviously I'm gonna speak. You know what I mean? It's no ill will. You know what I mean? I moved on. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I probably would tell my wife that. I would tell her that. I'd be like, yo, you know, I ran into, just this little shorty, you know, that I used to, you know, deal with back in the day. And the only reason why I would tell her that, number one, because I don't really have nothing to hide. You know what I mean? That's number one. Number two, you know what I mean? Because I'm thinking like, yo, I could be out with my wife. We could be shopping, having dinner or something. And then little shorty roll up and be like, hey, you know, it was nice seeing you. You remember we saw each other the other day, and that wifey looking at like, you know, you didn't mention that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't even really have to do that. But I would do it out of respect. And I would do it because it could possibly have the potential to come back up. And it may raise some caution. It may raise a red flag like, okay, he ran into shorty. He didn't even say nothing. You know, why wouldn't he say nothing? You know what I mean? Some people think like that. Some women think like that. You know what I mean? If it wasn't nothing, you know, why wouldn't he say nothing? You know, why didn't he tell me? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? So you want to avoid stuff like that at all costs. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, now if I don't know, man, but it's, you know, secrets, like I said, you know, if your credit is jacked up, that's a secret. You know, you need to tell her if y'all in a serious relationship. You know what I mean? If you out here and, you know, you got some trauma that you really haven't dealt with yet, you know, that you really haven't gotten over yet, that's a secret. You know what I mean? So if you know your partner, the person that you with, finding out, if you know it's going to hurt them and it's going to cause friction in your relationship, 9 times out of 10, that's a secret. You know what I mean? And secrets, like I said, are grounded in fear and shame. You know what I mean? So first and foremost, if you're ashamed of doing it, you shouldn't even really be doing it. You know what I mean? If you do it, why be ashamed of it? You know what I mean? If you know it's wrong, don't do it. If it's something that you can't control, you might want to, reach out, man, tap somebody's shoulder, talk to them, get you some professional help or something like that. You know what I mean? But you shouldn't really be doing anything out here that you're ashamed of. You know what I mean? Tell you like this too. It's a lot of brothers out here. Let me tell you too, on the LGBTQP ABCDEFG side of the game. You know what I mean? All the alphabets. You know what I mean? If you out here, especially like, cats who move, in a trans fashion, you know what I'm saying? Shape shifting. If you a guy and, you want to live your life as a woman, you know what I mean? That's your right, man. Like you look, you get one life. If that's how you want to move like that. But you need to tell the truth, man. You not telling that information to somebody out here in these streets. That's a secret. That's not you being private. You know what I mean? That will cause serious hurt. You know what I'm saying? Pain and trauma to somebody. And they could cause pain and trauma to yourself. You could lose your life out here playing like that. I get why you don't want to do it. I understand. Look, man, I get it, Frank. I don't want to tell him I love him. He ain't gonna want me. Well, then he don't want you then. That's very simple. You know what I mean? If you out here, you a guy and you like dressing up, you on the trans side of the game, you know what I mean? You taping it down and tucking it up and shape shifting and dressing up, you know what I mean? That's cool. But you need to tell somebody something, man, because you could get hurt like that. That's a secret. That's not you being private. That's not your right. You don't have a right to keep your sexual identity to yourself. You know what I mean? That's you keeping a secret. And secrets are going to get you hurt. Secrets get people hurt all the time. If you cannot be yourself with that person, you don't need to be with them. I don't care how much you love them. I don't care how good the sex is. I don't care how much money they make. I don't care what lifestyle they're able to provide for you. They're not the one. If you can't be yourself, if you can't tell them the truth, you know what I mean? If you got to run around here and lie about your criminal history, then they ain't it. They're going to find out, man. Life has a way. Let me tell y'all something. Pretty much everything that I kept in the dark at certain points in my life about things that I did that wasn't right, life found a way to bring it out. Life will do that, especially with somebody that you love, because they love you, they into you, they feel you, they want to know more about you. They want to know where you used to live, where you went to school. You know what I mean? They want to know where you grew up. They want to know about you. So a lot of times it's going to come out of genuine interest because they really love you. You know what I mean? So it's going to come, say, hey, I want to do this. I just need, I need you to do this for me. Or, let's buy a house together, or let's buy some property together and rent it out. Let's go into business together. You know what I mean? So in the process of doing that, they're going to find out that your credit is doo-doo. You know what I mean? And you ain't tell them. And that's going to hurt. You know what I mean? And it's going to hurt. What's going to hurt the most is just the fact that you kept it a secret. A lot of times what y'all hiding ain't even really that bad. Like, they actually would accept it. If your credit was shot, they would actually, I'm not saying that they would be excited about it or they would love it, but more than likely, if they really loved you, sometimes they'd be like, well, look, credit can get repaired. You know what I mean? Let me see the credit report. Let me see what's on there. Or you got this, boom, that's over 7 years old. That need to come off. This stuff right here, write a letter to them, you know what I mean? Make an agreement on what you're willing to pay so they can close this out and take it off, upon, them removing it from your credit report, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Something like that could be fixed. Your criminal record, some people are willing to accept that depending on what you got charged with. Martin went to jail. Malcolm went to jail. You know what I mean? So it's not really necessarily a bad thing for you to have a record. It's a bad thing for you to keep it a secret, for you to, to try to hide it, depending on what you were charged. But you out here, you know what I mean? You murder somebody, you need to say something. You out here, like I said before, if you out here, you on the sex offender registry, That is a secret. That's not privacy. You don't have a right to hold on to information like that. You know what I mean? You don't. You don't have a right to hold on to the fact that, 2 years ago, you got arrested for domestic violence. You were in DV court and got sentenced and had to do probation. That ain't private. That's a secret. The person that you would need to know that. I don't care if you're a changed person or not. You know what I mean? Situations will appear that will test that to see if that's, if that's just who you were or if that's who you are and always will be. But regardless of that fact, the person that you with needs to know that. You know what I mean? They need to know. I know we live in this world where a lot of people keep secrets. A lot of people come up here in front of us every day on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and they have huge followings and they come up on us and they keeping secrets. Every time you turn around, somebody getting exposed, somebody cheating on their wife, somebody really say they married, they really not. You know what I mean? Somebody say that they do this and they really not. Somebody saying that, they got everybody in pocket and they got DV charges all over the place. They child support backed up 100 miles. It's a lot of people up here lying. It's a lot of people up here keeping secrets. Some of that stuff is private. Some of that stuff ain't for everybody to know, like I said. But some of that stuff are secrets. And secrets are going to eventually, they're going to come out. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how many lawyers you got on the payroll. You know what I mean? How many people you have on the payroll that's here to clean up stuff for you. You know what I mean? It's going to come out. It's going to come out. So if you're in a situation where, like I said, if you with a young lady or you with a guy and they don't respect and they don't, they have an issue with your privacy, a lot of that is a lack of respect too. You know what I mean? When you respect somebody, you understand that they're their own individual and that they need to cultivate aspects of themselves on their own. And so when you respect them enough and you love them enough to allow them, not only to allow them to do that, but encourage them to do so. You know what I mean? You should be encouraging your partner to do things that make them happy. You know what I mean? My wife was a singer. She was a singer before I met her. And so I'm going to always encourage her to do that. I don't know how to sing. I don't know nothing about it. I mean, I know how to listen. I know how to hear. I know what's good music and what's not. I know what sounds good and what's not. I know what's in key and what's not. But I would never come to her and say, yo, you can't do that. Or I don't want you to do that. Or why you do that? That's a part of her. That helps her. That helped made her the person that she is today. That helped made her the person that I fell in love with. That I was willing to provide and protect for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So why would I want her to stop doing that? Now, obviously, in her mind, she's going to say, well, hey, look, I have a husband now. I have children. So I'm not going to go as hard with it as I used to, but I'm going to still incorporate that into my life because that's my passion. That's one of my passions. That's what I love. You know what I mean? I love doing that. You feel me? I see you, Afro, being here. I see you, Michelle, too. I see y'all. Thank y'all for pulling up. So those are aspects of her that I would never, have her to choose. You know what I mean? She's going to do that out of respect. She's going to do that for herself. She's going to say, look, I got some stuff going on. I got some things I got to make sure that I'm on point with. So I can't go hard with it as hard as I used to. I can't do that anymore, but I'm still going to do it. And so as somebody that, loves her and appreciates her, I'm going to support that. I'm going to support her doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? All the time. So if you with somebody and they give you static, they give you heat every time you want to do things that, you love doing, that's a lack of respect. And you can't build a relationship. You can't build a solid foundation with somebody that don't respect you. Period. Privacy is good. Secrets are not. Don't keep secrets. Privacy is just something that you like doing. That's a part of you. That's just for you. And that you saying it or doing it isn't going to cause any harm, friction, or trauma in the relationship, or it shouldn't. Secrets are different. Secrets aren't good. Secrets are things that you keep hidden because you are afraid. Secrets are things that you keep hidden because you are fearful. You're fearful of being exposed. You're fearful of being caught. You're fearful of your your lady or your dude looking at you differently or walking away from you if they found out. Don't keep them, man. I'm telling you, I don't know how it even, I do shows like this because I'm very passionate about relationships. You know what I mean? I believe that relationships are the foundation of a people, of a culture. And so I know we have conversations all the time, in the Black first community. We talk about, resources. We talk about wealth. We talk about, group economics, all these things. We talk about a code of conduct. You know what I mean? We talk about, all these things, and they're great. But if we don't have strong families, we're going to lose. If we don't have strong relationships, we're going to lose, because strong relationships and strong communities are they teach group economics. They teach a code of conduct. They teach self-worth, and they teach discipline. And I believe the reason why we're in the predicament that we're in is because we don't have enough strong families. We don't have enough strong relationships. That's why we are where we are. Everybody, we don't think like a community because we don't have a community. That's why we're not looking out for each other. That's why we're not, building businesses and hiring each other and doing things for ourselves, because we don't have a community mindset. We have a do for self mindset. And I understand that to a certain degree. I understand why people do it, because they say, Frank, look, I tried. These Negroes didn't, I opened a business in the hood. These Negroes didn't support it. You know what I mean? They didn't support it. They robbed it, whatever. I get it. So I understand why certain people are, don't have a community mindset. But we're not going nowhere as a people. I see you, G. Shout out to my bro, G, Ultimate Black Man Radio, man. We be cooking, man. We cook on Clubhouse. We cook on Clubhouse heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? We over there a lot. But I gotta come back, every Tuesday on YouTube, man, for the family who don't have no iPhone. Y'all need to switch over. Don't stop playing. But at a certain point, Clubhouse is going to, open up for everybody, for all providers, and then y'all will be able to tap in, man, because we go hard. My bro C Boog is over there now. C Boog be hopping in rooms, and we put in work. You know what I mean? Over there, myself, G, Nicole, Boog, Sasha, all of us, man, the whole family, Lillian, Letitia, everybody, man, we put in crazy work over there on Clubhouse, real exquisite, like, you know what I mean? So, but I gotta come back to YouTube every once in a while too, man, just to show people love, because that's how I got my start. And I can't stay away from y'all. I won't, you know what I mean? I gotta see y'all every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I ain't that big yet. Where I can walk away from y'all. You know what I'm saying? But even if I was, I wouldn't, straight up. You know what I mean? That's on everything. That's on the team. But yeah, man. So we have to get this relationship thing right. You know what I mean? And a part of getting this relationship thing right, and getting our community right, is us being open and honest. And a part of that is understanding the difference between privacy and secrecy. Privacy is good, man. Secrecy is not. It'll ruin a relationship. You know what I mean? It'll ruin it. Don't be afraid to be yourself. I say that pretty much almost every show I get around to saying that, because it's the truth. Don't be afraid to be yourself. You believe certain things religiously, especially if you're in a relationship, like you in a marriage. Let them people know how you feel, man. Stop walking around lying, keeping secrets. You ain't no Democrat. You can't stand Biden. You can't stand the Democrats. Stop fronting like you like them. Stop fronting like you team blue. You ain't no team. You team black. You team foundational Black American. You team reparations. Your team cut the check. You know what I mean? You're not blue. So you don't have to run around here lying like you are and telling people, hey, I did this and I did that. You ain't got to run around lying and telling people you took the vaccine for what? Like, if you don't believe in it, say you don't believe in it. I think it's a joke. Say it's a joke. If that's how you feel, man, stop lying. You know what I'm saying? Stop lying all the time, man. Some of this stuff y'all lying about, some of this stuff y'all keeping secrets about, it's not even worth it, man. You watch porn, that girl don't care. She probably watch it too. Y'all can watch it together. Get busy. Make your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do it yourself. You know what I mean? Get you a do-it-yourself starter pack. Get busy. Some of this stuff, man, like you hiding, you don't even need to hide it, man. It's not even that serious. Some of y'all, wow, some of y'all should, I understand why some of y'all hiding this stuff too. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean, it's not gonna look good for you. It's not a good look, man. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out, and you're gonna hurt that woman, you're gonna hurt that dude, and that relationship gonna be over. You know what I mean? And eventually you're gonna have to deal with it. Secrets are like a band. You keeping secrets is like putting a band-aid on a gunshot wound. You ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be able to hold it, but for so long, it's not. Eventually, it's gonna come off. It's a stopgap. It's temporary. You're not gonna be able to hold it forever. You're not. So come clean with it, man. Tell the truth. Look, this is who I am. You know what I mean? This is where I've been. This is where I'm at, and this is where I want to go. You know what I mean? I'm not ashamed. Some things I did, I'm not proud of, but I did it. I can't change it. Yeah, I got a record. Yeah, I used to bang. Yeah, I was team red. I was team blue. I was cripping. I was on my B. You know what I mean? I was wearing my red flag on the right side. Yeah, that was a part of who I am, but that's not me anymore. I moved on. You know what I mean? And I still got love for the homies, but I'm in a different place right now. Tell the truth. You know what I mean? Tell the truth. It's gonna save you. It's gonna save you in the long run, man. It's gonna save you on some relationships. It's gonna save you peace of mind. It's a lot of pent up energy in y'all, man. Lying. You know what I mean? Lying in these streets, lying on Facebook all day, keeping secrets. You know what I mean? Perpetrating a fraud, claiming to be somebody that you're not. You're gonna get exposed. There are people out here who want to expose you. They're just being nice. They already know what's going on with you. They know you lying. They know you're a fraud. Not a majority of the time, if that woman really into you, if that woman really, really love you and respect you, and she's into you like that, she know you lying too. Women have something called intuition. You know what I mean? And it's real. A lot of women don't tap into it, but it's there. And women have it, and it's real. Women can feel stuff, man. She ain't got to have no evidence. She don't even have to see it. Nobody told her nothing. She just feel like something wrong. I feel like this dude's lying. I have no proof. He looks convincing. He looked me in the eyes. You know what I mean? He didn't look away. He said it with confidence. He wasn't timid. You know what I mean? I have no evidence or proof or justification to not believe what he just told me, but it didn't feel right. Like, I know he's lying. And a lot of times when y'all come, like when we come out as men, we come out and we actually tell the truth. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I was over there. Yeah, I used to hang with them. Yeah, I was with her. A lot of times when you do that, she's gonna look at you right in your face. She's gonna say, I know. I already knew. I didn't know this. She didn't know the specifics. She didn't know what the girl name was. You know what I mean? She didn't know what you got charged with. You know what I mean? Whatever it was, she didn't know how bad your credit score was, but she knew. Nobody's out here perfect. There's no reason to keep secrets, man, in these relationships, because nobody's perfect. I don't care who they are. Whoever you idolize, whoever you worship, Barack ain't perfect. You know what I mean? Tyler Perry ain't perfect. Whoever y'all love, whoever y'all idolize, and you on their team hard body, they're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody on my team is perfect. There are things that Gabe has done that he gonna keep private, and he should keep it private. It's no one's business to know. It's nobody's business to know. But if me and Gabe get together and we do a joint venture, and it's some money on the table, and people come to us and say, look, we want y'all to tag team up and do such and such and such. If there's something that Gabe got going on that could affect that in a negative way, him not telling me that is that's not him being private. That's him keeping a secret. And that secret gonna mess up our deal. It will mess up our situation. So it's not cool. It's not a good look. There's no reason out here in 2021 to be keeping no secrets. If you don't hear anything that I said, if you don't remember any of this, remember this: there's no reason to keep a secret. There's nobody above you telling the truth to. There's no woman out here that's so good, that's so fine, that's so sexy, that's so feminine that you can't tell her the truth. If you can't tell her the truth, if you got to keep secret, she ain't it. She's not it. Ladies, there's no reason for you to be keeping secrets in 2021. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care how much money he got. I don't care where he wants to fly you out to. I don't care about none of that. If you can't tell him the truth, if you have to hide from him, if you have to keep secrets from him, he's not it. He's not it. That means there's no trust there. That means there's no respect there. Because if you know you're a part of something and you did something that could hurt me and you say you love me and you won't tell me, you don't really love me. You know what I mean? I don't care what you did before me. Fellas, her body count, that's private, man. That ain't none of your business. That ain't gonna hurt you unless her body count was crazy and she walking around here, or even if her body count is not crazy, but she walking around here herped up. You know what I mean? If she herped up in the game and she don't tell you, that's a secret. That's not her being private. You know what I mean? You out here, you out here HIV positive or whatever, and you meet somebody, y'all getting serious, and it's time, it's go time, she ready, y'all been talking about it. That's not privacy. You don't have a right to not tell her that. I don't care. Look, I don't care what no law say. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a right to keep that to yourself. You know what I mean? You not telling her that, that's you keeping secrets. And that's a no-go. Fellas, tell that woman the truth, man. If you a horrible father, you got backed up child support, tell her the truth. That ain't private, man. That's private to me. Cause I don't, you being backed up on child support don't affect me one way or another. You know what I mean? I ain't paying it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna pay none of it. I ain't gonna pay one dime of it. You know what I'm saying? So you not telling me, that's your business. That's private. Because we don't have no situation or no relationship like that. You know what I mean? But your girl, the one that you love, the one that you talking about marrying, and you got her all hyped up because you talking about, getting together and getting married and have kids and all that. You know what I mean? And you got your child support backed up 100 miles. You know what I mean? You not telling her that is a secret. Like I said, you don't have a right to keep that private because it's going to negatively affect her and y'all relationship. You know what I mean? You can't buy nothing. You can't make a major move because once it gets on the books, you got to pay that child support back. You get that, that tax returns you about to file. If you backed up, Uncle Sam gonna take that, man. Uncle Sam ain't paying for y'all kids. You're not gonna do it. Uncle Sam ain't taking care of y'all kids. You're gonna pay some of that, or if they do pay for it, if they do pay for the kid, they're gonna recoup. They want some of that money back, so you're gonna pay that child support. And it will behoove you to tell your lady what's going on because that affects her. I mean, to my understanding, in some places they can come after her. There's women out here paying they boyfriend's child support, getting caught up in situations like that because they didn't know what was going on and it kind of hit them, real quick. And they have some plans. They wanted to do some things. So she in her mind, like, okay, let me help them knock this off real quick so we can go do what we got to do because she already involved. She already invested. And you created all that mess. Why? Because you kept secrets. Yo, I want to thank y'all, man. I want to thank y'all for another show, another gem, another opportunity to come before y'all and speak. I don't take that lightly. You know what I mean? Y'all could be doing anything y'all want on Tuesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And y'all come out and y'all rock with the kid. And I appreciate it. And I love y'all for that. And I don't take it lightly, like I said. So, but listen, man, keep these secrets, man. Keep them at a minimum. Don't keep them at all. They're not good. You're going to get exposed. And it's going to hurt because you didn't love that person enough. You didn't respect them enough to be honest and tell them the truth. You didn't. I don't care what people think, man. Who cares what people think? Everybody got problems. Nobody out here is perfect. I'm not perfect. There are a lot of things about my life that are great. Like 95% of my life is great. have a great marriage, have a great career. I make great money. I travel to great places. I eat great food. You know what I mean? I read great books. I know great people. But I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So stop keeping these secrets, man. Even if it's jacked up for real, even if it's real, real bad, you still don't benefit by keeping it. Nobody can love you if they don't know you. There's somebody out here, as crazy as it may sound, somebody out here that may love you enough to be like, all right, I don't like it, but okay. Everybody's been in a situation like that, where somebody looked at them and said, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like that you kept that from me. I don't like that you did that. But you know what? Okay. Everybody's been there. You know what I mean? Everybody's been there. Everybody's had that conversation with somebody on a personal level, relationship level, whatever, professional level. Somebody's had that conversation. I don't like that you did that, but you know what? Okay. Let's just move on now. And when we move on, let's just make sure that we don't have any more secrets. I need to know. Don't have me out here looking goofy because you did something, you said something, you got something going on that could hurt me and you didn't tell me. You know what I mean? It's already enough I got to deal with it. It's already enough I got to, try to figure out how to finesse it and move around it. I could do that a whole lot better if you tell me the truth. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But yo, it's another one. Next week, I got a couple topics that I'm interested in doing. So I may let the people decide, how I move next week. I have a couple shows that I'm really interested in doing. One of them is called Hobbies and Hustles. I want brothers to know the difference between a hobby and a hustle. You know what I mean? Because some of y'all brothers out here, y'all think y'all hustling and y'all not. Y'all you just have a hobby. And that's a no-go, especially if y'all out here and y'all got wives and kids and families and responsibilities. You don't have time to be pursuing no hobbies like that. You need a hustle. You need to bring some money in. You know what I'm saying? You got your whole family out here starving because they hoping and, they hoping that your hobby pay off. And you 35, 40, 45 years old. You shouldn't be having hobbies like that, man. You need a hustle. You need to bring some money in. So, to take care of your family. You know what I mean? So I'll probably talk about that. And I have another show that I've been thinking about doing, to kind of honor my cousin who passed away. I want to do a show about how will you be remembered? Because I want us to start really thinking about how we'll be remembered. How will you be remembered? We don't live forever. You know what I mean? I never saw the day when I was growing up that I would see 39 years old. I'm 30. I'll be 40 years old this year. You know what I mean? And the closer you get to that peak on that mountain, you start to consider things like that. How will I be remembered? What will people say about me when I'm gone? That's what I think. I think about that every day. I want people to be able to look at me and say, Frank, help me. When I needed something, Frank looked out for me. Whether I knew him personally or not, he was a good brother. He did right. His legacy will live on. You know what I mean? It'll live longer than him. How will you be remembered? All you brothers out here bashing women all day on social media, is that how you want to be remembered? Is that what you want to be written on them tablets? That your greatest accomplishment was calling women out their name all day? Your greatest accomplishment was you bashing black men all day? That your greatest accomplishment was causing dysfunction and dissension amongst the ranks of your people and not creating a solution and not fighting for that solution, whether you live to see it or not? How will you be remembered? So I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do, man. But I think both of those are fire, in my personal opinion. And so, I figure it out. But if you wanna let me know which one you think I should do, just hit me, man. Hit me in the DMs or whatever on the gram, on Facebook. Email me as well. So let me run down everything real quick. So yeah, man. So if you want to email me, you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to do a consultation, I do those. You can email me at frankjrivers@gmail.com. I have a mentoring program that I do for young brothers, who are in like high school, college age. I just started that. I got a few brothers that I'm working with right now. We're having a great time. We building, we adding on young brothers, man. Junior high school age, man. Good brothers got their heads on right. We just need, some mentorship. Just need some brothers to kind of pour into them, let them know, what's good, what's not, where to go, where not to go, all that good stuff. So I'm doing that as well. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying that. So if you're interested in that, if you have any questions, comments, concerns for me, you want to book a consultation with your brother, you could do that. Just hit me, email me, frankjrivers@gmail.com. Follow me, man. I'm everywhere. Like I'm on Instagram, View from the Man Cave. I'm on Twitter at ViewFromManCave. I'm also on Clubhouse as well. If you just search, my government name, you search Frank Rivers, you'll find me, on Clubhouse and on Facebook as well. Obviously, you can tap in there. I'm always doing shows with my folks. I'm always doing rooms, having great discussions, great conversations. Me, myself, and the team, we get messages all the time, man. DMs all the time. Like y'all are dope. Y'all do great topics, man. I kind of, took some of the lessons y'all put out there and implemented them in my life, and it's working for me. I'm doing some great things right now. So we get lots of feedback like that all the time, man. So just tap into us, tap into me in any of those outlets, and just, to just tap in, man, because that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build, I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to add on. I'm trying to create something and be a part of something that's bigger than me. That'll last way longer than I will. So, and again, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and share it if you feel led to do so. Also, you can support the channel financially if you feel led to do that. I am monetized now on YouTube. I've been monetized for a while, so you can hit me there on the super chats if you feel led to do so. You can support me via Cash App or PayPal. Cash App $ View from the Man Cave. PayPal.me/View from the Man Cave. And that's it, man. We're gonna rock out. So I appreciate y'all, man. Another Tuesday in the books. Y'all be safe. I love y'all. We are still in a pandemic. I know it's getting better. I know there's shots out there. But we're still in a pandemic. Wash your hands. Keep your mask on. Stay 6 feet away from me and everybody else. And on that note, man, I'm gonna say peace, man. Next time. One.
The powers of alchemy. powers of alchemy